Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon.
And I am a rail enthusiast who loves going up and down the country, riding on the trains, filming and taking photos of them as well. These videos of my railway journeys can differ sometimes, as they can go to plan or will go bad.
Welcome to Simon Trains Railway Journeys. Hello everyone, welcome to Rugeley Town Station. Now today we are visiting two stations. Now my ticket is actually from Rugeley Town, which starts here, and going to Church Stretton, which is on the Welsh Marches line. We're going to be getting a steam locomotive through there because there's the Great Britain railtour, which runs yearly, and starts off in London, finishes in London, but goes all the way around the country into the southwest of England. It goes into Scotland. So we're going to get it at Church Stretton today. The locomotive that will be on it will be a Princess Coronation class 6233 Duchess of Sutherland. Now, when I get back to Shrewsbury from Church Stretton, and besides, my stay at Church Stretton is 2.5 hours, believe it or not. And when we get back to Shrewsbury, we're actually going to be taking a little detour, go to Chirk. Now I've got a separate Shrewsbury to Chirk ticket return. So we're going to Church to get the Duchess of Sutherland fly through there as well. If it was up to me, I would have gone to Gobowen, but the problem with Gobowen is there's a train that leaves a minute before the Duchess passes through. So I picked Church to give me more space and time so I can get it flying through with nothing bowling me out the way. So then after Church we go back into Shrewsbury to get down to Birmingham to come back here. So two stations today, two locations for one steam locomotive. The only problem with today is it's the end of April and it's misty as hell. Believe me, there should be a power station over there. I'll show you quick. See? Power station's disappeared. But speaking of power station, did get this drop down on Friday with the second controlled demolition explosion.
we give attention to it. They really need to give themselves a
Platform 7B for 11:39 Transport for Wales, service to Milford Haven. When boarding the train, please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. And there, Preston Road and Johnston are the residents.
In a few minutes we're actually arriving into Church Stretton Station. Now arriving here just about a couple of minutes late, but just before 12 o'clock. 175 feels a bit horny, but we're going to be here for about just over 2.5 hours, because when the Duchess passed through at 1:30, there is no train till after 2:30, unfortunately. So I think we're just pulling in now, so I'll put it on the screen. Not quite yet. Oh no, we're slowing down, so we're pulling in now. And after that, we're going back to Shrewsbury. Well, I'll probably mention that when I'm at Church Stretton, to be honest. There we go, here comes the station now. We're now at Church Stretton Station. Now we're here for just 2 hours now, because it has gone 12:30. But a little bit of history about Church Stretton Station. Well, first of all, it's 12 3/4 miles from Shrewsbury Station. The first station which if you just see behind me now, you can see that little building there just after the bridge. That's the site of the first station, which opened on the 20th of April 1852, but the station was moved to its current location here in 1914 on the other side of the bridge. The station building is actually still intact and survives as a residential area. Now surprisingly, Church Stretton is also the 7th most used station in Shropshire, even though the town just has 5,000 people in it. Now the reason is that because of tourism and jobs here as well. That's why it's so used, even though the town's so small. Well, it's not small, it's like a medium town. But also with this town, you get some nice views of the Shropshire Hills around here, which I'll probably show in the video a bit later on before we leave. Now, we are here till 2:30, well just after 2:30, but don't think they put it on the board yet, but on this side here, there is a train due at 1:30 to Llanelli. I think that's how you say it, Llanelli, which is just after Gowerton. It's also when the Heart of Wales line meets the South Wales Main line and turns around to go back to Swansea. But on the other side, the Duchess, the other side's there, passes here at 13:31. So there is a chance of some bowlage here at Church Stretton. Now during 1:30, I will be on the other side to get this passing through because I'm not risking this side. If you see on real-time trains, you see those trains close to each other, I wouldn't risk it. That's my advice, but it's up to you how you want to do your photos and videos at the end of the day. So I'm just going to have a look around now, wait for some trains to show up, and get the Duchess of Sutherland on the Great Britain 12 flying through here. Right now the Duchess of Sutherland should be flying through, but it's running about 10 minutes late. This was the unit that was supposed to be blocking the Duchess of Sutherland as it came through. Now with that going in a second, the Duchess of Sutherland has got a free view on this side, so I'm going to stay on this side now to get the steam locomotive flying through Church Stretton station. Because what's happened is, I think there's a trespassing incident down the bottom, and there's a unit that's supposed to be here half an hour ago, which is running half an hour late. So that's due here at 13:35 now, and the steam charter, Great Britain, is due here at 13:40, when there's nothing in the way. So I might be a bit breathless because I just literally ran up to that bridge to get a quick video of the disused station on the other side, the 1852 to 1914 station. Now, that Transport For Wales service that was supposed to be here at 13:05 was supposed to be due here at 13:35, it's now due here at 13:50 to Chester. Going to terminate it early at Chester instead of going to Holyhead. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to catch this train to Chester now. So I just literally had about 2 hours here, instead of 2.5, get to Chester, and I might just even get to Gobowen before I go to Chirk instead of staying at Shrewsbury. I'm going to have a look on the train, see if I can do it or not. If I can, I'll just do another hour session at Gobowen, and then we go to Chirk afterwards. If not, I'll just stay at Shrewsbury for a bit. So it's due in any second now, gonna get it and then move up the line.
and gentlemen, you can see the offending article sitting in platform 4 currently. Thank you.
Now we are at Gobowen station. Now this is actually a bonus because this wasn't even planned today, but thanks to one of the late running services for Transport for Wales, which is now going to be terminated at Chester and not going to Holyhead, which was the 1305 off Church Stretton, which was running 45 minutes later. They were blaming the steam locomotive because that was in front of their train. That's what they're blaming the delay on, which was about 45 minutes delayed. But anyway, so Gobowen is actually a bonus, and I always wanted to come to Gobowen. So we're going to have just over an hour here to kill before we get our train to Chirk, which is the one that's supposed to catch from Shrewsbury. Now Gobowen station is 17.75 miles from Shrewsbury. Opened on the 12th of October 1848 by the Shrewsbury, Oswestry and Chester Junction Railway. The station building, which is just to my left here, that big white building, was designed by Thomas Maywarling and is a Grade 2 listed building. Services to Oswestry ceased in November 1966 and it's only 3 miles from this station, roughly. But like I said, all we've got to do now is wait for a Class 47 to fly through, which is 47746, which is on the back of the charter. Apparently it's supposed to be doing a light movement from Bishop's Lea to Preston following the Great Britain railtour in case that fails. But they had it on the back for the duration, but apparently there's a short-term path that came in from Cotton Hill in Shrewsbury to Preston, so that's going to be ahead of the steam locomotive. So we're waiting for that to come through, and then we're getting the train to Chirk, which is at 15:45. I'll tell you what though, it's a nice station building and nice area. Oh, also we're actually on the former Great Western Main Line between London Paddington and Birkenhead as well. We've had a good time here, to be honest, and it's absolutely been enjoyable. We did get the 47.5 through here, 47746, and it literally flew through here. Now we're going to be catching the train to Chirk, which is about, I think it's 7 minutes up the line that way. But this is the train I would have caught from Shrewsbury if I stayed at Church Stretton until 1436. I had to get to Shrewsbury. At Shrewsbury I had to get a train to Chirk. But I came here direct from Church Stretton. So this was a good little bonus to get in. This wasn't even planned for today, but we're going to be back on track. See what I said there? Back on track. To the next station. To get the Great Britain XII with Duchess of Sutherland flying through there. We're now at Chirk Station, or in Welsh, Wayane. If I got that wrong, I do apologise to anyone who is Welsh that watches this. Anyway, we have got the Duchess of Sutherland flying through here. I actually got it on the bridge, just where my finger is now, right there. Chirk Station is 24 miles north of Shrewsbury. Station opened on the 12th of October 1848 by the Shrewsbury, Oswestry and Chester Junction Railway. It closed the goods on the 15th of July 1964 and became unstaffed on the 1st of March 1974. The 19th century Great listed two buildings that were here were demolished in 1987 without council's approval. Now, we only got two trains to wait for here, one at 1648 and my train to leave here at 1651 to go back to Shrewsbury. When I get back to Shrewsbury, I'm actually going back to towards Birmingham to get back home, start making my way back home. But it has been a good day out, to be honest. So I thought that was something there, but it's just a car. Yeah, it has been a good day out. Has really been enjoyable. But it's not over yet because we've got to get back home. Hopefully get back home without any cancellations. While we're also at Chirk, it's also to mention that this was the eastern terminus and transfer point for the Glyn Valley Tramway, which was a narrow gauge railway, went to Hendry, Pandy and Glyn Cleog. Services ceased in July 1935 and locomotives were scrapped in 1936. As you can see behind me here, there is a little sign here, just there, that says Glyn Valley Tramway Trust. Restoration of Glyn Valley Tramway Phase 1 coming here soon. And it gives an email and a website. So they are restoring the Glyn Valley Tramway as a heritage railway. Like, there was a lot of narrow gauge railways in the 30s, like the Lids to the Barnstable Railway, that closed because of the buses and they weren't making enough money. So lines were ripped up, locos were scrapped. Some of the stuff may have survived, but that's what they're doing here. They're restoring an old tramway. I'll put it on the sign now before we wait for our trains. Birmingham New Street. Now I'm going to jump on the 1922 All-Stopper to Rooster Trevane because I've got my cup of tea and I've got from the chippy. Yeah, so it's 175.14 and 153.375. We're now in the car park at Rugeley Town Station. Before I start walking in that direction, I just want to point something out, because we used to have a Britain Colliery line here, which came off the main line roughly here, roughly where my finger is, went that way towards where I'm heading now. There. So I'm going to head this way now and finish up the blog on the move back to where I live. But today has been a good day, really good day actually. We went to Church Stretton. Thanks to the steam train actually holding because what happened was with the steam train is that it was stuck in Hereford for a bit. So it stayed at Hereford Station, taking on water, which caused the service train to stay outside Hereford for a bit, which was the 175-009. Now, as soon as that left, the unit came in, had to follow it all the way to Shrewsbury. So that's why that train was running late, the 13:05 off Church Stretton, which got in about 13:51 into Church Stretton. So that train was running late, which caused that to be terminated at Chester. It's all because of the steam train taking the platform at Hereford so it could take on water. So it actually worked in my favour, to be honest, because then I went to Gobowen. Gobowen was an absolute bonus because I wasn't even playing Gobowen today. I had a mind that I wanted to go to Gobowen, but there was a train that was in the way and would be Bowledge. So I thought no to Gobowen, but I'm glad I did do Gobowen now. Always wanted to go to Gobowen. And then after that I went to Church to get the Duchess flying through there. And I got back here, no problems at all. There's actually a tree falling down the middle here. I'll show you this tree in a second. Oh, no branch. Yeah, tree. Oh. Anyway, so got back to Shrewsbury, got back to Birmingham, and got back to Rugeley okay. So that's it really. I don't know where the next blog will be, to be honest, because I do have a few projects to do around May, which are top secret at the moment. But I'm going to end this now. So you can subscribe to it, Simon Trains Rail Journeys Facebook, Simon Trains Twitter, Instagram. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you on the next blog when I do one. Ta-ra for now.